A baby on the way, a roll on pause. Kate Mansi exits General Hospital amid wedding bells and baby joy. There are few mornings in Port Charles that truly feel peaceful. Even the sunrise seems to know the city's secret. Peace never lasts. But on this particular morning, long before the nurses of General Hospital clocked in and well before the Quartermain mansion stirred with caffeinated chaos, there was one woman awake, pacing her living room, clutching a stick that would change everything. Kate Mansi, known to Port Charles as the fearless, fiery recast of Christina Corinthus Davis, stared at the pregnancy test in disbelief. 2 lines. She blinked again. Still 2 lines. Her breath hitched. She sat down. She stood back up. She muttered something halfway between a laugh and a prayer. She whispered, "Oh my God," at least 20 times before finally accepting it. She was pregnant. A soft smile pushed through her shock. It wasn't fear she felt, though there was a little of that. It was something else. Something warm. Something bright. Something that made her press the test to her heart. "Okay," she whispered, breath trembling. "Okay, this is real." Her fiancé, Noah, TV producer, gentle soul, and the man who had somehow understood every part of her, was still asleep upstairs, completely unaware that his world was about to expand in the most miraculous way. Kate sat at the dining table and reached for her phone. Her GH call log blinked up at her, meeting with writers, blocking rehearsal, contract discussion. But now all she could hear was the faint flutter of an entire new future. Kate wasn't just going to be a wife. She was going to be a mother. And that truth, beautiful and overwhelming, was about to collide with another truth. Her life on General Hospital was about to change. In a matter of hours, the news would rocket through the soap world. Kate Mansi is stepping away from General Hospital. A baby on the way. A role on pause. And a storyline rewritten under pressure. But for now, she sat in her kitchen, letting herself feel. Really feel. "This baby," she whispered, "is already rewriting my script." By 9:30 a.m., Kate was racing through her morning routine when her phone buzzed. "Kate? It's Valerie. Got a minute?" Valerie, the GH showrunner, never called unless it was important. Kate's heart skipped, not from fear but from anticipation. She had known she'd have to make this call soon, but fate had beaten her to it. "Hey," Kate said, steadying her voice. "We have some scheduling stuff to finalize. Can you hop on Zoom at 11? Kate hesitated. "Yeah, actually, I have some things to talk about too." Valerie heard it instantly. Tone, breath, energy. Soap producers can read emotion better than therapists. "Everything okay?" Valerie asked softly. Kate exhaled. "More than okay. Just big." The pause lasted half a second but held volumes. "All right," Valerie replied. "We'll talk at 11. And Kate? Whatever it is, we'll figure it out." Kate smiled weakly. She hoped so. By 11:04 a.m., Kate was seated in front of her laptop. Valerie and 2 GH writers appeared on screen, faces warm but curious. "Okay," Valerie said. "You said you had news." Kate swallowed. "I'm pregnant." Gasps. Hands over hearts. Big smiles. "Oh, Kate. Congratulations. That's wonderful. Look at you." Kate's eyes filled. Gratitude poured through her. "Thank you. I'm still processing." Once the joy settled, Valerie leaned in slightly. "So what does this mean for you?" "For the role." Kate had rehearsed this. She inhaled. "I think I need to step away," she said gently. "At least for a while. The schedule, the hours, it isn't going to work with the pregnancy. And honestly, I want to savor this time." The writers nodded supportively. Valerie breathed deeply. "Okay. Then we'll write Christina out temporarily." One writer added, "We can build a big emotional arc, make it meaningful. Something fans will understand." Kate smiled. "I trust you." But Valerie wasn't finished. "We'll keep the door open," she said firmly. "Christina is your role. When you're ready to come back, she's yours." The relief hit Kate like a wave. She hadn't realized how much she needed to hear that. "Thank you," she whispered. "Really?" Little did Kate know that this moment, this quiet, compassionate meeting, would set off a ripple effect through Port Charles, through the fandom, through every storyline Christina touched. Her exit would not be simple. It would not be quiet. It would be a soap goodbye, full of tears, conflict, and cliffhanger. In the GH writing room, emotions were mixed. One writer whispered to another, "We just built a 6-month arc around Christina."
Another sighed.
"We'll adjust.
It's GH. We always adjust."
And so, over the next 5 days, writers worked around the clock to restructure everything. Christina was set to become a major piece of the Corinthos storyline, defending Sunny, clashing with Molly, possibly rekindling old romantic sparks with surprising choices. Christina would face a life-changing decision. A story of heartbreak, identity, and empowerment. They built a plot that honored Kate's performance. They wrote a send-off that didn't feel like an exit,
but a journey.
Her final week filming was emotional from the first moment she walked onto set. Extras hugged her. Crew members clapped when she arrived. Maurice Bernard, Sunny, gave her a long embrace and whispered, "You're doing it right. Family first." Nancy Lee Gron, Alexis, cried openly, "I finally get my daughter back and they take you away from me."
Kate laughed. "Temporary.
I promise." Tabianana Ali, Trina, brought cupcakes. Eden McCoy, Jocelyn, joked, "If the baby's a girl, I'm teaching her how to throw a proper Corinthos punch." And when Kate filmed her last scene with Molly, her on-screen sister, both actresses could barely get through the dialogue.
Their voices cracked. Their characters clashed. Their goodbye was raw. And when the director called, "Cut,"
that's a series wrap on Kate Mansi.
The cast broke into applause. Kate cried. Everyone cried.
Because sometimes a show isn't just a job, it's a family. Kate Mansi temporarily exits General Hospital as she and her fiancé prepare to welcome their first child.
The soap world exploded. Twitter,
Reddit, Facebook groups,
soap sites. Comments poured in.
Congratulations to Kate. Baby before drama.
New.
Christina's arc was just getting good.
She'll be back.
They always come back. Protect Kate and the baby at all costs.
Fan-made video edits appeared within hours.
Compilations of Christina's scenes.
Tributes to Kate's impact.
Speculation about the recast, there wouldn't be one. The love overwhelmed Kate. And that night, she posted a picture of her hands on her belly, captioned, "Stepping away for a beautiful new reason. See you soon, Port Charles." Her exit episode would become one of the most emotional GH scenes of 2026. After a heated confrontation between Christina and Molly about their complicated sisterhood, Christina spirals into a moment of clarity.
She needs space. She needs peace. She needs time to figure out who she is beyond her family storms. In a tearful scene with Alexis, "Mom, I love you all, but I can't breathe here anymore. I need to go find myself, not who you want me to be. Not who Sunny needs me to be. Me."
Sunny, fighting emotion the way only Sunny does, hugs her fiercely. "You come back whenever you're ready. No explanations." "Okay."
Christina nods. Then she leaves Port Charles. No villain chasing her. No tragedy. No death. Just a woman choosing her path.
The screen fades as she looks back at the city she's always loved.
And walks forward into her own light.
In real life, 3 weeks after her final episode aired, Kate Mansi walked down the aisle in a private ceremony by the ocean. Her wedding dress shimmered in sunset tones. Her fiancé cried before she reached him. Her pregnancy bump was small but visible, like a secret peeking through, eager to join the world. Friends from GH attended discreetly.
Maurice sent a video message.
Nancy Lee Gron cried again, of course.
Eden McCoy caught the bouquet.
And when Kate and her husband shared their first dance, she whispered, "Life has never been this full." In the months that followed, Kate's life blossomed.
Nursery planning.
Baby kicks.
Interviews. A documentary project. A small independent film she completed before showing. She glowed. She lived quietly. She lived deeply.
And whenever GH fans asked if she'd return, she smiled and said,
"Port Charles is home.
I'll be back when it's time." On screen, Christina's absence created powerful ripple effects. Sunny blamed himself. Alexis reevaluated her parenting. Molly questioned their family's cyclical patterns.
TJ missed his friend.
The Corinthos world shifted without Christina's fiery balance. And in the background, whispers grew. Christina will come back with a new purpose. When she returns, everything will change. Maybe her exit is setting up something bigger.
Port Charles waited. The fans waited.
And the show, smartly, kept her story thread open, ready for her return. 6 months after the announcement, a photo leaked. Kate Mansi outside the GH studio,
holding her baby, smiling. The internet erupted.
But Kate laughed it off, posting,
"Just visiting friends. Not returning, yet.
But someday."
And that one word, someday, was enough to ignite an entire fandom again.
Because in soaps, as in life, there is always a comeback. Kate Mansi's exit became more than a casting update. It became a reminder of something rare. That behind every character is a real person. With real dreams, real love,
real life.
And sometimes, the most beautiful story isn't written in a script. It's lived.
Kate didn't leave GH. She simply pressed pause. For a baby. For a wedding. For joy. For life.
And when she returns, and she will, Christina Corinthus Davis will walk back into Port Charles not just stronger,
but reborn.